Dang, why is it so dark? Okay. I don't know why it is dark. There we go. Maybe I got to put it up here. Y'all got so much stuff going on. Y'all see a lot in the background because I have a lot of stuff going on, okay? So I'm going to call my mom. I'm going to tell you guys all about that. I know you guys see my video earlier and the things that I was talking about. So I had to go and take care of some things, just get myself prepared for some things that I needed to tend to in order to be prepared for what God has been, having me to do. So, anywho, as I'm going about my day and as I'm going to do that, I noticed I came around a group of my neighbors. Now, some of them are okay. Some of them are, I won't say not okay, but some of them are not, I would say not my favorite to be around, but still sociable, whatever. So I went to go say hi to them and, talk to them, talk to their pets and things like that. And they were talking about these outings that they were doing, which, it is good to fellowship. It's really good to have outings and things and just know a little bit more about your neighbors and things like that. But some things just started calculating in my head, and I'm like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable. I felt this series of leeriness. Like, I mean, there are like spells of like leeriness. Like I feel gloom and gloom when I'm around certain individuals. And I'm like, is it a personal thing? Because I didn't feel like it was a personal thing. None of them have done anything to me that's like horrid, other than one, and it was just verbiage, and I can get over that. I get you don't really fancy me, but you really do fancy me, but you don't want to really say that because, but I kept feeling this loom, and I was like, you know what? It was to the point where it was literally draining my energy. And I'm like, even when I refocus and I talk about happy things like that, I can literally feel the sense of people peering like they're lurking, giving you kind of the evil eye. So, and they're like, are you coming back? And I'm like, yeah, I'm coming back. And I'm sitting here like, no, I really don't want to come back because I felt horrid around you. I felt like, no, I felt uncomfortable. So, yeah, and I started walking. I went to an antique store. I went to the thrift shop. I went to a couple of places as I was, after I finished taking care of my business because I was like, I'm out. It's a Saturday. Usually I'm in until like, or I'm working on a project until about night and then, do some things later on, in the evening because I don't like to be in the flow of things. I would rather work on a Saturday all during the day just to avoid the crowd. I love shopping, but I don't like to shop in crowds. I like to take my time. I like to have an enjoyable experience, and I don't like people packed in. So that is not for me. It's just crowd thingies. That's not for me. Yeah. So, anywho, as I'm going back home, I'm like, okay, let me get myself ready. Let me get my dog ready. Let her, because we're gonna go out. She's so sleepy, but she don't even know what to do. She's so sleepy, but she want to know. Come on. Come on. She's so sleepy, she don't know where to go. Come on. She want this bowl of stuff. Look at her, y'all. She's still naked. Look, I want that food. I don't care. I want that food. So, anywho, I got homemade ice cream, you guys, and it's really good. It's like a banana peanut butter ice cream. So, anywho, as I'm coming back, I'm like, let me get her ready, get her situated, and we can go out there. And something just grasped, like, I don't want to go. I was just looming and glooming. I'm like, you know what? Why am I pushing myself to go to some place that I don't want to go? Like, just to be considered friendly, because I'm already considered kind of not friendly. I don't think that I'm not friendly. I just believe that I am selective. I have to take and use my time efficiently. Okay. And I was like, but this time, like I said, I was like, I don't want to go. And why bother? You know these people don't like you. The only reason that they're coming around you is to find out what they can talk about you about. Talk about you about. That's it. They don't want to know anything else. They want to know what they want, what they can talk about you for. So why waste your time? Why? Why waste your time? Okay. It's not worth it. Point blank period. It's not worth it. Save your energy for someone as something who's going to add to your life. I literally said that before, and I had to catch myself, and I'm like, you know what? No. Everything that I need, I have. The things that I want, is that going to add to my life? Is there a business tenture that I need to be connected to them to? Now, one of them, it could have been a possibility of a good adventure. But I know, like I said, I've had that instance with that individual, and I don't think that there's going to be any type of relationship at all, even though they don't really know me. So I let that situation die down. I let it just go, and I don't really try to tend to that. But the other ones, there's no benefits to it whatsoever. So why would I want to waste my time and give that my energy? No, it's not happening. That's not it. So why bother? And if you guys are listening to that, ask yourself, why are you around certain people? Don't give anyone your time just because of age and how long you know them, or how you used to know them back in the day. If they are not feeding you, if they are not supporting you, if they're not bridging you up, it's time to let that relationship go and die. Okay, you don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to be spiteful. You don't have to be anything. Just slowly back on off. Slowly back on off. They'll get the hint, because if you don't, you're gonna end up being hurt and targeted and all that. So don't do it. I'm going to go ahead and call my mom, but I really wanted to say that because I was just like, oh no, this is not happening. Like, and I feel so much better. I feel so much better now that I'm in this house, away from them. Like, I feel better, and I used to feel bad about it, but now I feel great about just not doing it, not at all. Not only that, the things that they, that would come out, it was just things I just didn't agree with. So, and not only I didn't agree with it. It was just harsh on not only me, but other people. So, you are not having my energy that way. It's not happening. So yeah, I'm about to call my mom. Hopefully I can talk to her. I haven't talked to her since yesterday.
To speak the name. Wait while I transfer your call. Richmond State Hospital operator.
Hi, I'm calling for 420 Unit A.
One moment, please.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I never heard of that person. That's a new one.
28 Haley.
Hi, Haley. The unit code is 420 Unit A. I'm calling for Patricia Dean.
Tonight is actually phone call night, and she is the first one on the list when we start, and she was planning on calling you.
Okay, so when is that time that you guys start calling?
About 6:30, 6:45.
6:30, 6:45. So that's in 30. Okay. Yeah. I'll be looking forward to it.
Right. Okay.
Bye. Now, do I believe that? No. Do I care about believing it? No. The end goal is just to have her to call back if that's supposed to be, if they're going to go with that whole route. Oh, this is Saturday and blah, blah, this, because as you guys seen before, that they don't follow procedure. They'll say one thing and they'll turn around and do something totally corruptibly different. Okay. They would do something absolutely positively different. So, do I need to argue about that? No, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with that they have done. Some things that have been a lot of damage to my mom, especially her getting attacked in a mental institution where she's supposed to be getting some help and getting relief. But if I dwindle on the small things instead of focusing on the big target, I could lose everything. So yeah, definitely picking and choosing what my battles are. Also, I'm so glad that, like I said, the attorney contacted me, the one that I was really trying to get in contact with, about this whole situation. And I am going to see if, he can get some insight. And you guys see the whole process of me going in and dealing with this, so yeah. So yeah, you guys see that. In addition to that, there were some things that I knew, but I didn't know, but I know more now. Dealing as far as people, who are close to you, how much, envy really is a murderer. Like, you cannot be around people who really not just dislike you or have some kind of anger or resentment to you. It's not healthy to be around those people. We get it. But someone who is envious, they can have a murderous spirit. Envious is the whole different ball game. Like, they will get to the point of a murder. So, yeah, it is very wise not to be around people who are extremely envious of you. And I've noticed that I didn't even see until God showed me recently how much people are envious of you. And the sad part about that is that people can be envious over a struggle. People are envious over a struggle. They don't even see all the hard work that you had to do. They didn't see you coming from the bottom, sleeping outside in a cardboard box. They didn't see you. Well, I didn't even have a cardboard box to sleep in. They didn't see you out there, scratching 2 pennies together. They didn't see you, when you worked at Rally's, only eating Rally's every single day because you didn't have food, because they didn't give you food stamps because they said you made too much, at Rally's, knowing doggone well you didn't. When the rent is due, when you got a choice to make either your rent payment or your car payment, you know what I'm saying? Or your, or gas in your car. Not even car payment, gas in your car. Do I ride my bike? Or do that? Or can I even ride my bike because somebody is flattening my tires or somebody is stolen my bike, while I'm at work? So y'all, people will be upset over a struggle. Will be hating over a struggle. And when you see people who are like that, it's not always wise. Sometimes it's better to show your story and to tell, so that can alleviate the stress of feeling like, you have to get everything right. And because you didn't get what they got, then you're not worth it. Because people who are envious are really, really jealous people. Okay. Extremely jealous. And very spiteful. Sometimes it's better to go and show them, like, look at the scars, look at this, look at what I went through, so you can see, this happened. But other times it's not that way, And another thing, this is what's going to really get you, and this is why you have to adhere and listen to the voice of God. Now, God had already shown me some things about my life, and I finally accepted them. God really wants us to have a good end. One thing that I noticed that came up there, you have to be very careful of the people who helped you get there, but they left for some odd reason, and they just really discarded you and didn't think that you were going to do anything, because those are the people who are going to be upset because they left off of your gravy train. They left off the train because they thought that you was never going to get there. But when you actually got there, now they want a part of it because they like, I did this, I did that. When in actuality, it's like you were entitled to all the inheritance of everything you got. You left your inheritance. You left your first estate. I didn't kick you out. You left your first estate. Those are the people. Now, I used to say it's the people who hated on you and dogged you out and did that. Okay, I can get that. Yeah, because they're gonna be looking kind of crazy. But the ones who really did help you and decided to jump off of the bandwagon for some odd reason to follow someone else's suit to help them get their things together, never contribute to you. Oh, you ain't gonna do it, but was with somebody else's gravy train, and then they start, and it doesn't even have to be where they're falling back and you're climbing up. It's just they seeing you climbing up. They could be climbing up just as well as you, but you soaring and you accomplishing your dreams, and they like, wait a minute, they really doing it. Like, they really doing it. Be careful of those people, because those are the people that's going to come after you with the vengeance. Those are the people that I have seen for the most part of my life, for the most part of this time. When they see what's going on, they're like, oh, snaps. It is happening. And I was crying. I was sad. If y'all seen Archimony, was Archimony with Taraji P. Henson in it, and she was the married girl. She had married a high school sweetheart with the guy who she was, with or whatever. And he cheated on her one time, but he still really loved her. He really cared for her. He just thought that he was out of her league. He was out of her league, whatever. So he had some insecurities. See, they built on it, and it seemed like he wasn't doing. She was doing all the work, funding him to go and do his dreams, supporting him, and she just got really tired one day and just dogged him out. Listened to everybody else, fell off at the last minute. Soon as he got his whole invention started. And if you guys never seen that, look at that movie, y'all, because it shows so many things. People were like, well, she should be mad because she did this. No, because she told him she didn't want him. He got somebody else. It happened to be somebody that they know, but from previous instances. But at the same time, you kicked them off. You got off of that gravy train. Even when they tried to come back and tell you what was all going on, you didn't see the bigger picture, and then when he did accomplish his dreams and all the dreams and aspirations that he told him, I'm going to buy you because you're my lady. I'm going to buy my lady this place. We're going to live on the top floor. We're going to have this. We're going to do this. We're going to, she couldn't take part in that because she left her first estate. She left her inheritance. So, and because of that, she felt vengeful. She felt like she was being cheated every time, even when he was trying to do right and she wasn't getting what she thought she was supposed to get. She felt like she was being cheated, which in a way, some of the stuff it's a price that comes with all this. But yeah, so and even though, like I said, he didn't do her wrong. He paid for her house. Everything that he did wrong, he gave her back and some. He gave the woman I think $10 million, gave her back her house that they had to put up, the mother's house, all that stuff, gave him everything back, and yeah, just went ballistic, tried to take him out, to the point where she hated him so much she wanted to take him out, Now that is a true set of envy, but that was something that, like I said, you can't deny and you cannot play with. If you are a wise person, you don't go to a person that's envious and say, ha, 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 ha. You never do that. You want to tiptoe away from an envious person. A person that, just a little envious and sideways jealous. Sometimes you could do the ha, 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 like, look at me, but you don't even have to say that being an adult. When you grow, your accomplishments say that for themselves. But even with an envious person, you don't even want to show them that. I remember being in a relationship with an individual, and he did not want me to succeed because he thought I was going to leave him, and I ended up leaving him anyway, of course, as you can see now. But it was to the point where if anything was good that was happening, I would literally hide. I would have to hide. And people were like, oh, why don't you show this? Why don't you show that? Because I know the side of envy. And I've dealt with envious people, and hell's fury has no scorn than an envious person, not a woman scorn. Hell has no fury than a woman scorn. No, an envious person. An envious person they don't care about, sometimes they can get to the point where they don't care about their own sanity, their own, happiness. Your happiness was their happiness once they see that you're achieving your goals, basically. So, Like I said, your thing is to stay far away from them. As far as you possibly can. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Don't bother giving your energy to people who don't like you, who don't care about you, who don't respect you. They're not worth it. So I'm gonna get off of here. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Bye.